All right, today we're going to talk about literal equations. This is for the week of April 20th through the 24th. So our goal the entire time is to solve or isolate a specific variable. So even though we're isolated, remember we're not alone. We can get through this. We appreciate you guys clicking on this video and learning more about how to solve for a certain variable. So I'm going to be doing the first example problem. Then you can pause the video and try the second problem on your own. Once you've done, press unpause, and then you can see if you got the correct answer. So let's start with the very first one. It says 4 times the quantity of x plus 8 equals 6. So I'm going to write this problem down on my paper. So let's title it Literal Equations. Number 1. Alright, so I have 4 times the quantity of x plus 8 equals 16. You can't really see, you have to switch pens. Okay, so my very first step is to figure out what do they want me to solve for. So in this problem, they want us to solve for x. They tell us right here that they want the x by itself. Guess I can't draw. Okay. So I want to isolate x. So here is the letter x right here. So since it's saying 4 times the quantity, what I'm going to do is undo this times by division. So my very first step is to divide by 4. Dividir a 4. Alright, when I divide by 4, this cancels out. So now the only thing I have left over is x plus 8. You do not have to write the parentheses. 16 divided by 4 is 4. Again, I still want x by itself at all times. This x is now by itself because I have a plus 8. So my next step is to subtract 8 from both sides. So minus 8, minus 8. What end up happening is the x has nothing to combine with, so it just drops down. 8 minus 8 is 0. 4 minus 8 is negative 4, and I am done with the problem because I have now isolated x. At this time, I want you guys to try out the next problem. Negative 3 times the quantity of x minus 3 equals 18. Remember, press pause to see if you guys get the correct answer. Alright, so this is what the final answer should have you got is 18. The first step was to divide by negative 3, and then you had to add 3 at the very end. Alright, so let's go to our next problem. Two times the length plus 2 times the width equals the perimeter. And they want us to isolate W. So I have to find my W. And let's get started. All right. This says 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. So before I even talk about this 2W, I need to get rid of this free 2L that's just hanging over here by itself. So in order to do that, I am going to subtract 2L from both sides. So minus 2L, minus 2L. I have 2W equals P minus 2L. My last step is, again, I want this W by itself. So I am going to divide by 2. And that's because this right here is being multiplied by this W. Twos cancel out. And now I have W equals P minus 2L, all divided by 2. Now technically this is the correct answer. But this could also have one extra step. And that is when you have to split. So since I have W equals P minus 2L, this 2 can go underneath the P and it can go underneath the 2L. I'll zoom in so you guys can see it. We know that there's an invisible 1. So I can also have an answer that looks like 1/2 P minus 2 divided by 2 is 1L. So this one is also correct. These two are equivalent. I hope I spelled equivalent right because this is a video. Equivalent. Alright, what I want you guys to do is try out the next one on your own. This says 2 times x plus 2 times w equals 6. Remember, you want the x by itself. The x variable by itself. So try it out. Alright, so as you guys can see, we want to isolate x, so all you have to do is subtract 3y. Then you should have divided by 2. And then here is your final answer. Now, if you did that extra step, especially those pre-AP students, my extension students, this is the final answer. 3 minus 3 divided by 2, y. Make sure you guys are checking your work. All right, the last example problem. You have Q equals C plus D divided by 2. And I want to isolate D. So, here it goes. Now, what's end up happening is I have Q equals the quantity of C plus D divided by 2. So in order to undo this, I need to get rid of this dividing by 2 first. So I'm going to multiply each side by 2. Now, the reason why I'm doing this is because I have a 2 in my denominator. I do not want this 2 to be here. So they end up canceling out, and over here I have 2q. So 2q equals to c plus d. Now, I still want this by itself. So what I have to do is get rid of this free c. So I'm going to subtract it away. And I'm done. Now, what I want you guys to do is try out the next one on your own. V equals the quantity of 3 times K divided by T. Here's the correct answer. That complete all the example problems for today. Remember to go back, pause, unpause, rewind, watch this video to see all the example problems that we did today. For this one, the last step was to just multiply by T and then divide by V. Only 2 steps. Alright, you guys, make sure you guys go to tutorials on Microsoft Teams.